I mean, it's just music to a teacher's ears to hear that you could work in an environment where you're not judged. I mean, that's, to me, to think about working somewhere where I'll be supported, and I've written down authenticity, collaboration, open, trusting, without judgment. If there's a school with a culture like that genuinely thrives and runs through that, sign me up. That's where I want to work. So I love all of that. It's really, really powerful. And really, from what I'm getting from you, the key to that is the inter-year group opportunities to research together on a shared area of interest. And I know in the book you kind of talk about that being within a school framework. So, for example, in this instance, it could be within developing play and playful learning as the key focus, but your different lines of inquiry and interest could be into different areas, like how do we make our learning more playful, or how could we be more playful as adults, or how can we use the learning environment to support that? And then you create your kind of bubbles through that. Is that kind of how it would work?
Yeah, because what you've got to do is the argument with any type of professional learning, usually the stock answer is it's got to meet the needs of the school, right? Well, actually, if you're meeting the needs of the staff, you are meeting the needs of the school. So I like to look for really overarching themes. So we may look at engaging with research around a core theme, and I am going to support it to succeed. Through judgmental lesson observations, you are setting people up to fail. Because what would happen in another industry, which doesn't tend to happen in teaching, is someone comes in, makes judgments, set targets, leaves you to get on with it, comes back a few weeks later to check that you've met the target. When in reality, we should be able to say, well, can you come in and show me how that's done? So that will support me in understanding how to develop those learning, or how to develop in our thing, crazy arbitrary things like you need to improve your pace. Well, how would you define that? What would that look like? So I'm talking about creating an environment in which I should be able to set up this environment, give those opportunities, and I will just sit back, not literally sit back, but sit back and watch the magic, because there are going to be bumps on the road, but long term, you are going to have teachers who are, one very important word, confident about what they're doing and why they're doing it and how it makes an impact. Now, what I'm saying to you guys, yesterday I had a meeting with a friend of mine, an old friend of mine who's now working for Ofsted, Her Majesty's Inspector. He would disagree with probably everything I'm saying, because the culture is that the way in which to get everybody to do what you need to do is create a culture of power, compliance, control. I'm going to tell you all what to do, right? Let's give a little brief example of expansive learning. So let's imagine Helen's in year 5, right? So Helen's works with 2 other year 5 teachers, right? Now, what if I said to her, okay, this is what I want you to do. This is a curriculum I want you to teach, right? And I want you to plan according to that curriculum. So you 3 go in that room and you plan, right? But I don't want you teaching until I've checked your plan. So I need to check that you're planning, which is in line with what I would like, right? Okay, I've checked the plan. Oh, now you can teach you. But hold on a minute, I'm not confident that you're going to teach what it says in the plan. So I'm going to come in and watch you teach to check that what you've said you're going to teach, you're going to teach. But that's still not enough for me, because then afterwards, I want to have a look at your books to show that you're following the marking and feedback, the policy and what have you, right? And this can happen in a lot of schools. The role of the leader is then to monitor and check. But what happens after a while, Helen gets so used to relying on someone to check that she stops thinking for herself.